8 yards, XF Pro. We'll just go center mass. New dot on top. Just zeroed it. See how it goes. Should be zeroed all the way. $15 rounds. Definitely pulled some. One flyer up here. Most of them seem to be right here. We got one down low. Let me slow that up a little bit. We go up to the top of the head. The ported barrel is installed today. We'll go top middle head. Might have pulled that one. I think we're mostly in here and 2 up here. Still not quite where I want it to be. Save this for last. All right, left circle. Turn this back down. Looks like we're in here. The 5th size group. I still feel like I could do better than that. Let's do a... we're going to shoot for that red and black target. I got 2 15s. Here's 10. These first 10 though, there's 9 and 1. These are Winchester silver tips. I got more coming in, but just to show you some jacketed hollow points here. We'll run these and then we'll just switch to the other 2 mags here, okay? I'm gonna take a look at those real quick. Looks like I pulled some down low. Right here. There's a couple in there. It's doing good there at first, then I went back to my old ways of pulling. Alright, we'll run these other 2 mags. That was the Winchester silver tips. Oh, Slywood 4 when I put the mag in. These are 115 grain Winchester. white box. Missed the trigger reset there. Did it again. Oh, I just was shooting the XP, so. I'm shooting low left pretty consistently. Riding the trigger reset, which I was doing with the XP, and it's making a lot of shooter error mistakes here. I'm going to ease up on that. Ran them all, lots of shooter error in there on my case. Not good on my part at all. That's probably the most screw ups I think I've ever done in one mag. I think I had 3. So that was that 15, 30, 40 rounds. 40 rounds, maybe these couple here, these 4 here. Everything's in a fist size. These 4 right here looks like I'm kind of, yeah. But yeah, I was just shooting like pure trash. Let's get a fresh target up here and take another run at it. So, looks like there's 8, then we got 1. We'll do them top red, 9-round group, top red. Pulled. I don't know why I just can't do it today. Nah, just don't have it today. This is the one I pulled. His dot, I think I have the dot off. So this is the pull, and then that's the other 8. I adjusted the dot off screen, and I think I adjusted it the wrong way. Today's just not my day. Oh, there's one right here too. So that's the one I pulled. Maybe a flyer, maybe I screwed up again, and then the other 7 are right here. So I didn't catch it on camera, but I had a dead trigger. Then I was looking at the gun and realized we are empty. There's nothing in there, but the pin has walked itself out. So I pulled the trigger and the trigger did not reset. It's actually still, I actually pushed it in some. Yeah. I don't know if I can she's really in there good. Come on. Fuck. Can't get it to... Maybe I'm not doing it right here. Shit, I can't see nothing to do anything with this. It's really out. Fuck. Okay, so today, finally got it back. Poured the barrels in. XF Pro. Put the Defender ST on it. Had problems right as I finished a 1,000 round review. I have posted that review because I'm going to put another 200 rounds through it today to make sure it was repaired correctly. I will go over the issue at the house. It is really cold out here today, around 30 degrees this morning, and it'll hit 60 later, but I don't have time to go later, so gotta go when it's cold. So let's see. It's the first shot since Fusion has returned the firearm to me in a timely fashion as usual. Very good customer service in my personal experience. We will just start the center. I have three mags here with me right now. We're going to run through the one right here, that one there. I'll do that one last. That has Winchester silver tips, 115 grain, and then these first two mags are 124 grain Fiocchi. Okay, let's see if we have any problems. Oh, this dot is not zeroed. I just put it on, so. We're just gonna run it. The first mag, I guess. Gun shoots soft. Let me see where I'm landing here. Looks like low right. Right here. Looks like I must have pulled one really bad there, but it looks like low right. I'm gonna aim kind of like to the top left of that inner circle. I'll zero it after these two mags because I don't want to waste you guys' time with me playing around with a red dot here. So this is the other 124 grain Fiocchi. I'm not really sure exactly how you say it. We are around the 8-yard marker, if you are wondering. Just gonna aim a little higher left here. Not gonna be pretty, but let's see if she runs. Okay. Fishing around. Okay, this is the one. This is to see if it runs these hollow points here. perfect. So you can see right here, I didn't really have any here. This first mag, I kind of was aiming more right up here. And so they're still a little low, but they're more kind of center now. And it looks like I maybe dropped one or two out there. This is that first one. That real low left one from the first mag, and there's one right out there. But outside of that, there's a couple borderline, but they're all kind of within there. Anyway, I'm gonna adjust the dot. I got some more mags to run through it, and I'll be right back. Left circle. Let's see where we're at here. Peculiar. I don't know if that was an extraction failure or not. So I was aiming here the whole time, okay? So that's crazy. That's some kind of wild flyer. It's the only way I can describe it. The dot looks like it's on point. This is kind of where I was earlier, and I kind of moved it up some off camera. So this looks about right to me. I can make minor adjustments later, but that's acceptable. I'm going to call that some fluky flyer. Maybe I kind of jerked it real bad, flyer, I don't know, but this seems fairly consistent right here for the most part. Let's see if we have any malfunctions here. I got a 15, then I got a 17, then I got a 22. It's a 17 with the 5-round extension from Fusion. We're gonna put them in that right circle. Yeah, we'll shoot at a decent pace here. Less worried about accuracy. Let's just see if she has any malfunctions. Okay. So right circle. That's a clean target. There we go. All right, let's go. Okay, no issues. And here is the 17. She's in. Never really paid attention, but it looks like really off base there. Oh, whatever. Went in, so. I really pulled that one. All right, this is the 22. No issue chambering, okay? No lock back, but that doesn't surprise me. That's just this mag. I've never been able to get reliability out of these extensions. I've tried stretching out the springs and stuff, and they'll work for a time, maybe like a mag or two. Usually 1 or 2 mags after they're loaded, the spring just goes back down. So no issues as far as reliability. The failure to lock back is magazine related. So, you know, 15, 17, 22, predominantly in here, down here, right there. So 2 way out right here, and then 1 down here, and then most of them are right here. That's just pure shooter error right here. At there, I mean, these here probably a little bit. It's mostly all shooter mistake in here. I don't know if that was really a flyer, but you can see most of them are in here though. Shooting at a decent pace for myself. So gun seems to be at least zeroed with this new dot on it. The SD is a pretty nice dot. So no problems. I'm gonna get a clean target here. I'm gonna go through these last couple mags. Yeah, so I'm back here at the house today. I'm gonna wrap up. This is a 1200 round review on the Fusion Firearms XF Pro. Just to start off here, we are unloaded for those that care. So I'm going to try to wrap this up real quick. I've made several videos on this firearm through through my journey with it. Just real quick, over the 1200 rounds, I put a mix of it was 115, mostly 115 grain Winchester. There's been other ones mixed in there throughout the time. A little bit of 124 Fiocchi, and I think there were the MagTech. Just kind of more mainstream ball ammo. I did put some Winchester silver tips 115 grain through it as well. Actually, near the end, I did get one malfunction. Could have been ammo related. Not sure. But that was actually with the ported barrel. So I've seen, after having it repaired, anyways, I have 1 to 2, we'll say definitely 1. I don't think the other one was really on the gun. Malfunction since getting it back, but that was with the ported barrel. I have not had any issues with the stock barrel. So, and I do have the lighter recoil assembly that's in here with the firearm. So I did get 1 or 2 malfunctions after getting it repaired. However, before I even got to 1,000 rounds, unfortunately, the gun had to be repaired. It had to be sent in close to the 1,000 round mark, which you have already seen in the footage leading up to this. Is just get rid of this mag here, put it off to the side. Is that the trigger was not resetting? So you'd rack it, and the trigger, it would still be pinned back to the wall. Obviously, it works now since being fixed, but I did have to send it to Fusion Firearms. Looking at the repair notes briefly, they replaced the rear trigger block, and then they had to refit the trigger and transfer bar. I was actually in direct contact with Bob Serva in regards to this, because I had reached out to him through WhatsApp, and he said they figured it out, and it was catching on the transfer bar. He did say that a very small percentage of these guns, very, very small percentage of these guns have had this problem. It's very rare, but it happened to me, and they took care of it, and it looks like it's been fixed. The customer service, as always with my time with Fusion, has always been top notch, and to be in direct messaging with the owner, Bob Serva, is certainly always a plus. So there's that. Over time, these pins, they end up replacing these takedown pins as well. They were like kind of wobbling on the one side, so they took care of that. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, 1,200 rounds. The gun for the most part ran very well. I'll probably put it up text, maybe try to give you a total on malfunctions. I have noticed that the small couple of malfunctions that I have had have been when I have ran the ported barrel, even with the lighter recoil assembly. And honestly, I think it just could be running the 115 grain. Even though it runs very good, and I would say overall it's fairly reliable, even with the lighter recoil assembly, I would avoid running 115 grain with these 4 ports. So if you guys are going to run the 4 ports and you do have, even with the lighter recoil assembly, which is in here, I would recommend 124 grain and up. I have not noticed any malfunctions, but I have had a couple of hiccups running 115 grain through the ported. I have never had a malfunction that I can think of off the top of my head running the factory barrel. I have it over there, actually. I kind of was running the ported more towards the end. But I haven't had any malfunctions with the stock non-ported barrel with the regular recoil assembly. But I would just, if you're going to buy ammo and you want to run this a lot, I would recommend 124 and up. It's up to you. The gun still seems pretty reliable with the port and the lighter recoil assembly with 115, but you may get a failure to extract every once in a while. But, again, things could contribute to that. It could have been the ammo. Maybe I limp wristed it a little bit, maybe, and could have been user induced. It was nothing consistent. However, the gun did kind of break on me at one point. So, but the customer service was real good. And usually I think it was a week, like it usually is when I deal with their customer service. And then they had the firearm back to me. Outside of that, the gun, performance-wise, one of the best. As far as a 4-inch barrel ported handgun goes, compact, I guess you would call it. This is one of the softest shooting handguns that I have fired, at least personally. I have shot a couple, and I would say this is probably the flattest one. I think these 4 ports is a pretty aggressive manufacturer, pretty aggressive on Fusion's part to go with this for being a factory option and not a aftermarket option. And you get a lot of performance out of that. And the gun, as you'd have seen in some of them, at least at the ranges I shoot at, I don't typically go out longer range, but it is a very accurate pistol. They had these are actually plastic, if anyone's wondering. But they had these on there. I forget what they wore. I don't know if it's like 12 bones, like 10 to 12 bones or something like that for these. Like, they're plastic. They're not metal like the other ones, but you can tell they have more texture. So these are actually a very inexpensive option. I mean, you can always get the grip tape too if you rather go that route. But these just pop right on. Like I said, they're plastic. It's it's just they feel kind of cheapy. But this texture is better, so it actually does overall, even though it's not metal, it has less of a premium feel, it does give you more grip on the firearm. Also, over the 1,200 rounds, I have not had any issues with the optic plate coming loose. I think I can't recall off the top of my head, but I might have changed the optic out once or twice, but that's irrelevant. The plate itself was fine through rat testing. The trigger, like I said, they did work to it. They had to refit the trigger and the transfer bar, and they replaced the rear trigger block. I don't know how much that has an effect on the trigger weight, but before coming on here to post this quick kind of final review wrap up, I might post future updates. We'll see how it runs, because I haven't put a ton of rounds through it since it broke, just a few hundred. It is breaking at pretty consistently at 4 pounds on the trigger. And if anyone's wondering, this is just an Omnivore Blackhawk holster adapter. So this is nothing. It's just a little rail adapter, and it makes it compatible with the Omnivore holster, excuse me. So there's that. So in a nutshell,
overall, do I recommend the XF Pro? Yes. Even though I have had problems with the firearm, like I said, the trigger was not resetting after fully cycling because it was something to do with the transfer bar and whatnot. I'm not a smith, so but I can read the notes. They took care of it. He did tell me it has affected a small percentage of handguns, but regardless if this is something that happens to you, you're in good hands. That's the one thing I can say that's been consistent throughout my experiences with both the XF Pro and the XP Pro, is that Fusion Firearms has top-notch customer service, good people that work there, and they'll take care of you. And like I said, every time I've sent out a gun, I had to send out my XP as well. This here was here earlier. This gun was actually sent to them more than once. But the first one was kind of more related to, you know, the lighter recoil assembly thing, but that's neither here or there. That's not really the gun's fault. But I've always gotten my guns back in around a week, less than 2 weeks, every single time, like clockwork. So, you know, there she is. Nice gun. You'll get great performance. She's very accurate. If you do get a problem, you got top-notch customer service. You know, sometimes they don't always respond the best to the email. You might have to call them or reach out to them. I forget where I found Bob Serva's number, but I was just messaging him through the WhatsApp, and I was always getting responses sometimes quicker from him than through the email. But you can always call, and someone always answers the phone. So if you want to get it resolved faster, just give them a ring. So there it is. That's kind of it in a nutshell, just to kind of document some of the issues I've had and my overall opinion, and do I recommend it, which I do. If anyone has any questions or something maybe I didn't cover, or something that wasn't in the shooting footage that, you know, led up to this point, just leave a comment down in the, down there, and I'll get to it as soon as I can. I appreciate you guys watching. If you can, maybe drop a like and a subscribe. Outside of that, have a happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for watching.